Hi, I'm Superintendent Steve Carlson.
I'm Keith Meekum, Assistant Superintendent over secondary schools.
Heidi Jo West, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools.
We're here sharing this video with you to help you understand how the school district is funded and how schools in Utah are funded and how your tax dollars are used to support education.
This pie chart here shows where our funding sources come from. 52% comes from the state income tax, 8% comes from federal funds, and 38% comes from local funds, which are taxed on your property tax. Our budget is roughly $164 million a year. Our federal funds, while it's very small and partially funds the costs of specialized programs that are federally mandated, such as special education, Title I, school support, which includes Lakeview, North Park, and McKinley, food services for our school lunch, Title III, which covers ELL and migrant programs. Our state funds generally come from the state income tax and can support a variety of needs, and the local funds is generated from property tax. An example of how our budget runs is that if we give a $500 Christmas bonus to all employees, that will cost the district $1 million.
So to talk a little bit more about the local levels and how we can fund locally, there are 6 different taxes that a local school board may levy against property to help fund our percentage. There are 2 types: non-voted, which does not require the vote of the people, and then a voted that does. So let's talk about the 5 most common methods. There's a basic levy. This is a tax that the state of Utah requires us to have in our county, and it's basically used for maintenance and operations at a minimum level. And then we have a board levy, which is optional, but has been in place for quite a while, that helps fund above the minimum school program. And that goes for a lot of reasons: raising teacher pay, higher district and school staff, helping with Title I literacy. And then finally, there's a capital levy. And this is a tax that can be used for smaller projects. And we have built buildings using this tax, but nothing in a larger scale.
Two more of the common methods to fund schools is a voted levy. And the voted levy is a levy that's placed upon the November ballot. And many years ago, our school district taxpayers elected to go with this voted levy. And each year that raises extra money to help support the programs that Mr. Minkum just mentioned. The second one there is debt service levy or general obligation bond. And this is the bond, this is the tool that's in place to allow school districts to be able to build buildings. And it's so important to be able to have this tool because it costs so much to build school buildings, and it has to be taken to our local taxpayers in the form of a bond election. And on November 5th, that's when we're bringing this bond election to you to see if you would approve the $220 million we need for the things we're going to talk about further on.
What you're going to see in this chart are the 5 different tax: a basic levy, a board levy, a capital levy, the voted, and the debt service levy. And all of those have a percentage of our property taxes. When you add them all together, you end up with a 0.005805 amount. Some examples: each of you receive a county tax document, and right here what we have here's an example. In Garland, we have a basic school levy and a Box Elder School District. You can see that those are highlighted. That's how that would show up on your county tax document. Over here to the right is one from Perry City, and again, it has a Box Elder School District and the basic school levy. So all of these amounts, the 5 that we've talked about, kind of fall under these 2 particular ones. On our district webpage, if you're interested on the tax area, we have 17 in our county. you can go to the district webpage under the bond information and then click under the September 2024 financial history, and you'll see by tax area what yours would be.
This is a good overview of how the funds that are allocated to the district are spent within our district. Something important to note is that Box Elder School District is the second largest employer in the entire county of Box Elder. So as you'll see, 2/3 of the funds that the district receives goes out in salaries and benefits. Another portion of that is the services, and services includes like Kelly's services for substitutes. It also includes professional development services that we hire out and auditors that make sure that we're in compliance with the way that we say we'll spend our funding. The supplies covers curriculum, Chromebooks, furniture, copies, copy machines, things of that nature. It also includes gas, power, and fuel for our gas and power for our utilities, as well as the fuel for our buses. The property includes utilities such as water and sewer, and repairs, maintenance, and construction costs to maintain our buildings. Transportation just has some of those lower level costs of transportation that we incur monthly.
This will be the concluding slide for this video presentation, and we are trying to provide as much transparency as possible, and we hope these videos have helped us out tremendously. For all this information, please go to our webpage and look up there where you see it highlighted in yellow, bond information. The three of us here, Keith Meekum, Heidi Jo West, and myself, Steve Carlson, we're here at the district office. We're here to provide all the answers that we can. Reach out to your board members. If they don't have the answers, we will make sure that they get the answers to help you understand this whole funding process and all the questions about the bonds. So thank you very much for your support, and make sure that you please vote by November 5th. Thank you very much.